Alright, this is Mr. Jeff Wheel. He is the Race Services Manager here at Arai Americas, Arai North America.
Arai Helmet Inc.
Arai Helmet Inc. There we go. It's all part of the same system here. Jeff has been looking after me now for a couple of years, racing around the country. This is what we got. This is my very special TT edition helmet from, I believe it's 2020. Look at that. Isn't that a work of art? Beautiful. So when I've finished my session, I'll come to Jeff and I go, there we go, and he takes it over from here.
So what we do is, first thing is we go through and make sure the helmet doesn't have any issues, no cracks in the diffuser or anything like that. Sometimes we get some rocks and debris out there in the track, so we got to make sure everything's as good to go as it can be. Second thing we'll do, pop the side pods off, take a look at the shield, make sure everyth's good in the shield. Are you running through dust storms out there?
Yesterday it was like so dirty that was from one session.
My God.
Yeah, dude. The first session alone was bad enough, but then like with that it was just awful, man. So I don't know, there was a whole heap of dust and crap that came up on the surface and I copped most of it.
Well, stop riding behind us.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the other side of this too is, you know, we try to make sure these riders look good and the helmets look good on their heads. And it's not difficult when you work with a rider like Rennie. I mean, he's always a beautiful man.
Thanks, mate.
But we try to make.
I'll pay you later.
Yeah, we'll make him look a little extra special, and we'll just kind of go through, make sure, clean all the bugs off of it. And as you can see, it's just a bottle of water and a rag. And we just.
Because that's the thing too, is like the visors. You guys are pretty adamant with cleaning visors, microfiber and water, and that's it. No chemicals.
Don't need anything. You know, water is the most expensive thing in the world. I mean, it's what, $7 a bottle at this point.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just water in a little spray bottle. Makes it a little easy for us. My table's a little off kilter, so that's a little problem. But even this little bit of rubber right here comes right off. Beautiful. Next thing we do, make sure there's no debris in here. Gonna give a good wipe through a little bit, and then we just clean the shield. Cleaning the shield just the same as the shell. Like I said, I love my spray bottle, but if you're out in the road, stop at to get gas, grab a bottle of water outside. You can drink a little bit, put it on a nice little rag, wipe your shield down.
Yep.
So just hit it with that. Give it a little wipe. All that dust and debris is gone and hasn't scratched a thing.
Yeah,
it's absolutely epic.
That's the problem I found with a lot of shields previously, is like you get those tiny little dust specks, do one streak, and you take that film out, and then the shield's done.
Yeah, it's all over. That's another thing that's a little bit of a tidbit.
Yeah.
Microfibers almost are like Velcro. Yeah. And they pick up every piece of debris. And I've done it so many times, and I'll go through and I'll rub it, and I'm like, oh, there's a big circle of dirt. Yeah. Sometimes though, with the microfiber, with just a little more water, you can get those right back out.
Oh, okay.
Now, here, we've already got Rennie set up for the year. We saw him at Daytona and all the wonderfulness he did at Daytona. But when we went to Daytona, Rennie came in and he said, man, the helmet kind of feels like it's pushing on my lips a little bit. You know, Daytona's a high bank speedway, super speedway, lots of speed. What are you guys doing there on the hooligan bikes?
I have no idea, probably 140 or something. Yeah. So not terribly fast, but fast enough.
But no fairing.
No.
So one of the things you came in and said, hey man, it's pushing on my lips. Yeah. So well, here's the deal. You know, this is a racetrack, and when you're riding on the street and doing your editorial work, well, you want your helmet to be a little bit more comfy. Yeah. So what we do is we take a little bit of cheek pad out of it. Yeah. So that way it's nice and comfy on your cheeks. It's good for that long ride. When you sweat, your body swells and it just kind of takes up that extra room. Yeah. On the racetrack, we don't really notice that kind of stuff. And we want the helmet to be stable at high speeds. So what we did for you is we actually moved you up 10 millimeters on the racetrack for cheek pads.
Yeah, 35 mils now, aren't they?
Yeah. And so now that made the helmet a lot more stable. And how well did that work?
Dude, now that's all I can run. If I put a street helmet back on, I raced at Chuck Waller with, I did the first session with my old cheek pads. I felt like the thing was going to fall off. But then if I put that helmet on the street, I'm like, it feels like my head's in a vice.
Right.
There's this weird like mental thing that happens where you put that on, it's like, okay, cool, you're like locked in. It's like, all right, it's go time. Whereas if you just run like a standard street helmet, you're like, all right, it's obviously it's still tight, but it's not like holding you real tight. So it's, I mean, now I can't go back.
Perfect, you know, and that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand or know, but like your street stuff.
And the TT was the same. With all that high-speed stuff with the TT, I could never have worn a standard street helmet.
I could only imagine. But the thing is you wouldn't use your slicks on the street, right?
Yeah, precisely. Good point.
Yeah. So it's a race mode thing.
Yeah.
So anyways, as we're done with that, the second thing we do is we just put some tear-offs on. The tear-offs, you know, honestly, they're a big shield saver. It takes all that debris and all that rocks and all the stuff that flies up off the track and keeps it out of the vision of our rider. God, too many IndyCar races. So it keeps it out of the shield of the rider. And so if he gets a big bug or a rock comes up and chips out a little bit, he'll actually be able to just pull this little piece of plastic off, gives him a clear vision. Do you pull many tear-offs for your
No, not really. I mean, even at the Isle of Man, I went through 3 tear-offs, I think, for the whole time. Half the time I was too shit scared to just take my hands off the handlebars, but once I remembered to do it, I was like, oh, okay, that's right, yeah. And once you did it, it was just, yeah, it's night and day difference. But plus the good thing with tear-offs is that they look amazing in photos. You look like a complete gangster in photos.
And as an editorial, I'm sure photos are the most important.
Absolutely, man. And that's all people care about. You just got to look good for the shot. That's it. Being fast is secondary to looking good.
So one of the interesting things about the racing service guys, you can take your helmet to anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
When you went to Ireland or to the Isle of Man,
Yep.
the helmet looked exactly the same.
Yep.
When it comes out of racing.
It was exactly the same process.
But the thing is that you don't even notice.
No.
I can tell who did your tear-offs
Oh yeah.
by the cut of the tear-offs.
Oh okay.
We each have our own little unique way of doing cuts and on our tear-offs, so we can identify each person and who did the tear-offs and what series you were at.
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah, so stupid stuff.
Yeah. Helmet geek stuff.
Yes, way too much helmet stuff. Tab that over. That way it gives a little extra strength when you're doing high speed here. It doesn't flutter away and break. That's one thing we don't want to happen.
Perfect.
We're all good to go.
Brilliant. Thanks, bud.
All right. Now,
Awesome.
You're gonna podium today, right?
That's the plan.
Or you're gonna beat Selena at least.
Well, who knows, man? The girl's too quick. I haven't beaten her once this year. I don't think it's going to start this time. But mind you, I did qualify in front of her, so we'll give it a shot. Anyway, guys, that's a brief sort of overview of the race services here at Arai. Excellent helmets, lovely pieces of work. I've been wearing Arais for a long time. Wanted to wear them for a very long time before I was lucky enough to start wearing them. But yeah, hope that was informative, and we'll see you guys again soon. Cheers.